A roval is a mix of a racetrack that is an oval but has a road course, whether it's on the infield or even outside the racetrack. Most notably, Daytona, Charlotte, and Indianapolis are ovals that have road courses. However, there are some rovals that are forgotten. In this episode, we are going to be talking about rovals that are forgotten. With that being said, let's begin. Talladega Superspeedway. Talladega, the bigger and faster 2.66 mile and 33-degree banking racetrack. Legends say that the Talladega Superspeedway is cursed, haunted, and jinxed, supposedly because it was built on the American Indian burial ground. As for the road course, the Talladega road course was a 4-mile and 11-turn roval that opened in 1969 alongside the D-shaped oval. The AMA Road Race and Motocross National Series raced at Talladega. 6 IMSA races were held at Talladega, including a 6-hour race at Talladega. Talladega's infield road course was used for 20 years from 1969 to 1989. Peter Gregg ran at 153.400 in 1978 with his Porsche 935 for the IMSA GTX class. Phoenix Raceway. Before Phoenix was reconfigured after the 2011 Phoenix February race, and before Phoenix got sadly reconfigured for the worse by switching the start-finish line at the backstretch, which can provide stupid racing on restarts and provide mid-racing, and yet it is still somehow NASCAR season finale. But in my defense, this script was made before November. I think I made this part, October, somewhere around before November. I didn't expect the season finale of the Cup race to be good. So, yeah, this script was in the works for a while. Anyway, Phoenix Raceway had not only had a road course, not only it had an inside and outside road course, but it had 4 different road course layouts. From 1964 to 1990, Phoenix had a short road course that had 7 turns and the length was 1.4 miles. The long road course that had 14 turns and the length was 2.7 miles. The exterior road course had 7 turns and the length was 2 miles. In 1991, the Phoenix road course was using a different layout. The 1991 version was a 12-turn track and a 1.51 mile racetrack. Some racing series raced on that Phoenix road course: Trans Am, Grand Am, AMA Superbike Championship, and even a Can-Am Racing Series in 1987, but I think that was a different road course layout. After the 2011 Cup race at Phoenix in February, Phoenix got reconfigured and the road course was gone. You can still use the Phoenix road course on iRacing. Kansas Speedway, one of the best mile-and-a-half tracks in America, and tracks NASCAR fans look forward to since the reconfiguration in 2012, and a track that we INDYCAR fans want to see once again, which produced beautiful, sexy racing and sometimes chaos. However, when the track was reconfigured to a road course progressive bank track to 17 and 20 degree banking and 9 degrees on banking on a tri-oval, Kansas Speedway also added infield road course. The Kansas Roval is a 2.37 mile track with 9 corners with no backstretch chicane or front stretch chicane. In 2012, Grand Am tested at Kansas to see if they can add it to the schedule, and the test was successful. In 2013, the Rolex Sports Car Series and the Continental Tire Sports Car Pilot Challenge was held at Kansas. Wayne Taylor Racing would win the overall inaugural Kansas Grand Prix race, while the number 63 Scuderia Corsa and the number 00 Speedsters won their classes. In 2014, IMSA returned to Kansas Speedway for the Prototype Challenge only race. The number 54 Colorado Sport team driven by John Bennett and Colin Braun would win the race. After 2014, IMSA never returned to Kansas road course. Scott Pruitt at the fastest lap of 109.745 in his Daytona Prototype Riley MK26. The Kansas road course is still learned to this day, but there has not been a major event on the Kansas road course. Texas Motor Speedway. Texas. One of the most controversial mile-and-a-half tracks in America due to the 1997-1998 track failure. The Fergus lawsuit to have 2 Texas races a year in the early 2000s, which ended with someone committing suicide. The controversial 2013 NRA 500 title sponsor, which I did a Racing Stories episode on. Go check it out in the description below. And also the current 2017 Texas layout and INDYCAR not returning Texas in 2024. Everything is bigger in Texas, I say, just like the history of Texas Motor Speedway, for better or for worse. However, we are going to be talking about the Texas Motor Speedway road course. The Texas road course is a 2.324 mile road course with 10 turns. The layout is basically an oval, but with the road course on a backstretch. The road course only hosted 2 American Le Mans Series races in 2000 and 2001 and a Speed Division World Challenge. After 2001, no racing series used the Texas road course. However, you can race at the Texas road course on Project Cars 2 and iRacing. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Everybody knows the Mountain Half D-shaped version of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. NASCAR still races there. INDYCAR Champ Car used to race there. The Cup and Xfinity race there on the oval twice a year at the Las Vegas Oval. However, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway has 3 different road course layouts. The long road course version is 2.499 miles. The medium road course version is 2.150 miles. And the short road course version is 1.938 miles. IMSA raced at Vegas from 1997 through 1998. The AMA Superbike Championship Series raced at Vegas from 1997 through 1998 as well. Trans Am raced at Las Vegas once in 2000. And honestly, that's how I knew the Las Vegas road course. That's how I knew the existence. And a GTWorld Challenge America race at the Las Vegas Roval in 2000 and in 2019. All those versions of the Vegas Roval were alongside with the Oval since 1996. After the 2019 GTWorld Challenge American race, there has not been a race held in Las Vegas Roval. Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, a track that was built for INDYCAR that is a controversial subject to talk about. But it's also a track that has grown popularly for NASCAR since the birth of the Gen 7 cars due to the good racing and the sexy and exciting racing from the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So we all know Pocono Raceway is known as the Tricky Triangle. However, Pocono Raceway's infield has 22 different configurations of road courses. However, there was 3 layouts that were used for major racing series. 2 of the 3 layouts ended in 1984. The short road course was a 7-turn, 1.8 mile road course while using turn 3, which is 6 degrees. It was around from 1969 through 1984. The original road course was 2.8 miles long with 8 turns. They used the 14-degree banking for the first corner and the 8-degree banking for the second quarter. That layout was used from 1973 through 1984. And finally, the 1985 present layout. Turn 1 and 2 still in use, but it's 2.5 miles long. Trans Am and the Sports Car Club America / USAC Formula 5000 raced at Pocono from 1975 through 1976. IMSA held the Grand Prix at Pocono from 1981 through 1985 in the Sports Car Club America Motor Rally Cup Series, which is the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge today, raced there in 1998. Nowadays, I don't know if there's a major racing series raced at Pocono at their road course. I'm sure there is something going on for the Pocono road course. If there is, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you. Auto Club Speedway. The 2-mile Auto Club Speedway. You are missed by many. Back when Auto Club Speedway was a 2-mile racetrack, it had an infield road course. There's 3 different configurations. The sports car road course, which was 18 turns and 2.8 miles long. The motorcycle course, which is 2.3 miles long and 20 turns long. And the inferior test circuit, which is a 1.5 mile configuration and has 17 turns. The Rolex Sports Car Series raced at Fontana from 2002 to 2005. The NASCAR West Series only raced there in 2007 for the California 125. And I think that's the only NASCAR series that raced at the Oval in 1997 and the road course in 2007. And finally, Japan Grand Touring were at Fontana for an exhibition race weekend 2004, and the AMA Superbike also raced at Fontana from 2002 to 2010. And yes, you can still race at the Fontana road course on iRacing. And finally, Iowa Speedway. I bet what you guys are saying or thinking, wait, Iowa Speedway has a road course? Oh, trust me, I was the same way when I found out. Iowa Speedway, a short track, indeed has a road course, which is honestly cursed in my opinion. The Iowa Speedway Roval is a 1.3 mile track that has 9 turns. The oval's turns 1 and 2 are 12 through 14 degrees, the back stretch is 4 degrees, and the front stretch is 10 degrees. The Rolex Sports Car Series raced at Iowa once in 2007 with the Daytona Prototypes on Friday and a Grand Touring class on Saturday. In the DP class, Scott Pruitt and Memo Rojas in the 01 Chip Ganassi car would win the race. Mark Martin in the number 3 South Hard Motorsport car being teammates with Shane Lewis and Randy Ruman finishing in 8th. That race would be the only time Mark Martin got to race in Iowa Speedway in any race car. In the GT race, Andy Lally and RJ Valentine in the number 66 The Racers Group Porsche GT3 Cup car would win the GT race at Iowa. After 2007, the Rolex Sports Car Series would never return to Iowa, and New Jersey Motorsports Park would be the replacement race for 2008. And from 2007 to 2008, the Coney Challenge, which is the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge today, raced there for 2 years. So that's going to do it for another video. If I missed any Rovals and if there's any information I got wrong or missed, please feel free to tell me in the comments below. A lot of help will be appreciative. Thank you. And I want to say thank y'all so much for watching this video. This is Ian, the Motorsports Man, signing off. Goodbye, everybody.